Go on for a good 5 minutes. And I'm serious when I say that. But that was their connection to show their brotherhood. But you know what was pathetic about that? If all of a sudden I walked up to you and I put out the DAP and you said, man, I don't do that, you were just chastised. You were totally removed from that total environment. It looked like they just took a bucket of white paint and just painted you white. Because from that point on, you were not considered what they called back in those days a brother. Okay? And it was that cliquish. But then again, when you went to the bush, that stuff didn't happen because everybody was green at that time. There was no segregation, no color issues, or no anything. And it was really hard for me because I grew up in California, and in my high school, I had one black individual. And I can tell you his name today. His name was Mark Andrews. He's one of the greatest guys in the world. So I never had any misconceptions about race, color. I used to work the fields quite a bit, so I was with the Hispanics a lot. And most of them were wetbacks, illegal aliens. And my stepdad's last name is Rivas. So, you know, I've married into a Hispanic family. I didn't marry into, my mother married into a Hispanic family. So it was really strange to see how people treated people. But that was the times. And the other time that was going on was the free love, drugs, and, you know, all that good stuff. They had the sit-ins that were going on. And I'll tell you, I participated in the sit-in. I have no quims and qualms about that. I had my little fanny drug off to jail. I was at Bakersfield Community College doing a sit-in in 1969. I had no earthly idea why I was there except I was trying to impress the chicks. So I said, yeah, I'll sit in with you. I'll have nothing better to do. Well, then, you know, the only problem I had there, I was 18 years old. When you're 18 years old, where do you go? You go to jail. You don't go to juvenile hall. So I went to jail, and I tell you what, I had a few lumps and bumps on me before I hit the jail doors down there. But fortunately, when we got down there, because we weren't rowdy, we were all released on our own recognizances of what it was called, and all charges against us were dropped, which was outstanding, because that was the last thing anybody wants is a misdemeanor or felony record on them. It was a very rough time. You know, in 1961, when was John F. Kennedy assassinated? 63, okay, in the early 60s. We were still trying to rebound from that. Then all of a sudden, Bobby Kennedy gets killed in about 65, I believe. You know, we're trying to rebound from that. And then we got Vietnam War going on that is just unbelievable. There's so much turbulence going on in the United States that nobody knew what was going on. But you know the cool thing was? The economy was going pretty good. People were living a pretty good lifestyle. You know, and I hate to say this, when there's war, economy is pretty good because war creates jobs. And the more jobs there are, you know, people go to war, that opens up jobs back here at home. And also, if you haven't noticed, in the news talking about Halliburton, how Halliburton has taken and jacked up the prices of what they would normally sell to me for $1. Now they sell to the military for $100. That stuff goes on. It goes on all the time. It's price gouging is what it's called. And that really went on in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, and made people just extremely, extremely wealthy. My first experience, and I'm not one that talks about war and what goes on in war because a lot of it is personal. And you'll find that when you talk to older people, that's some of the horrors, I guess the word is to use, that a lot of people don't like to talk about that, okay? I have a little bit of problem with it, but I don't because I think everybody needs to understand what true friendship really is. Right now, we're all at an age, I wish I was at the age, but you're at the age right now where you think you have a true friend. Especially I see it now with females, that they will share their soul to another female. And they'll be the best friends in the world. And then tomorrow they're cat fighting. And then what's the next thing that happens? Here comes all the rumors. And all this stuff flies out and everything that you bared your soul to. Let me tell you, when you're in combat, There ain't no secrets. Let me tell you, when you're walking through the jungle and you've been out there for 30 days with no bath, you have not taken a bath for 30 days, you have not shaved for 30 days, you have not seen a restroom for 30 days, your clothes are ripped to shreds, the bottom of your shoes are being held on with Seright wire so the soles of your shoes don't come off. It could be pouring down rain during the monsoons. Hey, you become up and close friendly with, whoever you can. Because when it's cold and all you have is a blanket or what they call a poncho, it's kind of a silk-like material with cotton in it that keeps you warm. It kind of it reflects the heat, the rain, but it also keeps the warmth in. And then you have a poncho that goes over it that really strips off the rain and stuff. But I'll tell you what, there's not one male in here right now, I can guarantee you, I'll guarantee you my paycheck, that you wouldn't go out right now camping and snuggle up to another male to get warm. See? And I'm telling you, you wouldn't. Would I do it right now? I'm no rump ranger. I'm not going to do that. But let me tell you what, in combat, when you're freezing your fanny off and that guy sitting next to you is your brother, doesn't matter if he's red, white, green, blue, yellow, doesn't matter. You're freezing. You guys are going to snuggle up to each other to get the body heat, to get yourself warm. And that happens. The other thing that you find in combat is I'm out of food. I didn't ration my food out the way I should. Or resupply didn't come in. And you have no food. You have no water. You have no, you're nasty. You're nasty. Has anybody, and I don't need a show of hands, this is a rhetorical question. What that means is you answer the question in your own mind. And I'm sure everybody has. I've done it. You come home Friday night, and I know you haven't been out partying. You've been to church on Friday night, and everything's cool. But you come home Friday night, and it's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. You've been out doing whatever. You jump into the shower? Nah. 9 times out of 10, you're praying for the pillow. So you crawl yourself over to the pillow, and you wake up the next morning, your head's down here like this, and you jerk yourself back to reality, and you go, man, I got to get up and take a shower. Think about not taking a shower for 30 days, not even washing. When you have to go to the bathroom, you just go off to the side of the trail. You dig a little hole. You take your E-tool. It's a little shovel as an E-tool. You take it, and you bend the shovel in down this way, just like that, and this is the handle, and this is the shovel. And you hit that in the ground, and you hang on to that, and you squat over that hole you just dug, and you defecate. You go poop. When you get done, you cover it up, and you move on. But the bad thing about it is, there's 30, yeah, you have tissue. Hey, it may be leaves. It may be leaves that you just picked up off the ground. I'm serious. But the bad thing about it is, you just had 30 guys walk by you while you're doing that. You have no morals. You have no values. You have no secrets. You have nothing. You're stripped down to bear nothing. You have no shame. You have nothing. You have to stop to urinate. You just stop and urinate. It makes no difference because that's the way it is. And I'm going to say this. I have literally stood, we're walking down a trail. I have literally stepped off the trail, have actually defecated. Does everybody know what defecate means? It means you crap on yourself, okay? I've defecated on myself. I've thrown up on myself. And I've urinated on myself. That's how sick I was.